Hello and welcome to our baseball segment. Right now we're in the heat of the season. We've got only 4 teams left. We've got tonight the LA Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. This could possibly be Clayton Kershaw, an all-time legendary pitcher's last game in LA as he's dealing with contract negotiations. Who do you think is going to win that series, and do you think Kershaw will leave LA?
Right, so it's an opt-out year for Kershaw. He could accept his player option, but he won't because he's going to make a lot more money on the free agent market. Even if he does go back to LA, we'll get more money out of them. The series, I think, is going to go to the Brewers. I think they're going to lose tonight and then win 2 straight and end up winning the series. It's currently tied 2-2. I think that they're just a slightly better team right now. Throughout the season, I think the Dodgers are probably a better team, but when you look at how hot the Brewers have been, I think it's almost too good of a story for it to end here.
I also agree. I think the Milwaukee Brewers are going to advance and make it into the World Series. So throwing it over to the American League, we've got the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros. These are 2 powerhouse teams. Great matchup. Who do you think is going to win that series and why?
So I'm also going to go with a slight underdog here. I think the Astros are going to win. I've said it before, I don't think the Boston's pitching is up to the standard that they need it to be for them to beat the Astros. You saw in Game 1, Chris Sale was struggling to reach, like 93, 94. His velocity is not where he needs it to be, and the Astros exploited that. And I think the defending World Series champions are going to head back to the World Series.
Yeah, Chris Sale had been nursing some injuries over the past few years, maybe affecting his velocity. And now, for the World Series, it looks like you've got the Brewers and the Astros, both mostly considered underdogs in their current series. So who do you think is going to win it all?
I think that the Brewers are going to win it all. It's going to be a pitching versus hitting matchup. The Astros pitching staff is still one of the best in baseball, and the Brewers have shown that they can hit almost anyone. So while I think it'll be a really good series and it'll go 6 or 7 games, I don't see the Astros winning it. And I think if the Brewers can beat the Dodgers, then they can beat the Astros too, and I think that they'll head home with the World Series trophy.
As a Cubs fan, it would be pretty painful to see the team that we lost to in the wild card game win the entire World Series, but I must say I would feel pretty happy for a franchise that has lost a lot in their history. They've been around for so many years, and it would be interesting to see, another new team that hasn't won in a long time. The past 2 years, the Astros and the Cubs, who haven't won, basically ever, win, and now it could be a 3rd straight year with the Brewers. So that's it for our baseball segment, and we'll be back next week to talk about the World Series.